Hey everyone, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. I'm still in North Carolina. I'm very fortunate to have this little beautiful state park next to me that has these amazing trails, which I'll be hiking up that hill. My next. It's a little hilly in some spots and not in others, but it's fine because it's going to make me healthy, and I feel so much better since I've been getting out and walking. I hope everybody else is finding some way to keep your sanity. Um, yeah. There's a lot of updates I have. I am still going on with my plans. There's some bumps in the road along the way, personal and worldwide. So it has to, you know, I don't, it's just so much overwhelming. It's like, I'm so tired of thinking about it, talking about it, that I just don't even want to. But I will in this video. Throughout the video, I'll probably say certain things. To do it all at one time is just too massive on my brain. And yeah, so right now what I'm doing is enjoying this beautiful hike at this park. Hope everybody's healthy and safe. And everybody, I hope you have enough toilet paper, for God forbid if you don't. That's another thing that made me crazy. Talk to you in a little bit. Okay, I found a bench and a great spot right at the top of that hill, because that was a killer. Woo! It wasn't that bad, but it was a hill. Yeah, everything, I'm still going to do my eBay. My plan was to go to Florida. My daughter came and visit, my sister came and visit, my brother and his wife came and visit. So I was busy with a lot of that, and my daughter came up and I took her back home. It was right at the beginning of all of this. I stayed there a week. My plan was my husband was supposed to come back with me in my van, and he was going to fly home because I wanted my camper van up here because I wanted to go take a week camping trip somewhere and then come back and start the eBay with a fresh mind, because I have been, I'm going to give you another tour of the house, but I've been packing or unpacking and reorganizing and converting this and switching that and changing this and changing that for the last, since November, and I'm wiped. Well, then all of this stuff had happened, so it's all on hold now. So yeah, I'm upset. I'm sure everybody else is too, and it's life. That's the way it goes. But I am very thankful and grateful that this park that was by my house, that wasn't open until mid-March, they did open up because they have some beautiful trails here. There's no camping in this area. It's a day park. There may be camping here because I see places that look like maybe tents, but I think they have a lot of kid groups here in the summer. All of that stuff is canceled, but the trails are open. The bathrooms are shut. I'm only going from here to my house. I go to the grocery store only when I start getting low on creamer and milk, which is about every week and a half to 2 weeks. And I do the safety precaution things, and then mainly I've been in the house. And they have, the new stay-at-home order. I was like, are the parks going to be closed? Because they did close some parks, but there's some stuff still open. And I guess as long as people do what they're told and not congregate and have picnics in the park all together, they'll keep them open. So let's stay away from each other until this mess is over. Nobody I know in my circle of life here that I know of at this moment has it or had it and is over it. My sister is a respiratory therapist, and she has been exposed to it. She thinks she might have had it at one time, but that was back in February, because she didn't have a bad case of it, but it was like she had flu-like symptoms and stuff. And so, it makes you wonder. You don't know. And everything is pollinating now, so people are like, am I having sinus issues or am I getting the flu, because I was kind of there too. I know from the neck up, as long as you're feeling like crap from the neck up, you got sinus problem, allergy, no fever, sleeping good, tired of sitting there. So I've been coming here This is actually my 4th time here. This trail that I'm on now, I've never done this one. I was usually doing the mile one because I had to get some strength build up because it's a lot of up and down. But yeah, and I am just enjoying this. I'm going to turn you around so that you can see what I'm seeing and listening to. Yeah, it's nice and quiet here, and this has done me a world of good because I found myself getting paranoid, and it's from being in the house. I had to get out, and when I went out yesterday, I actually had to force myself because you don't know how many times I just wanted to curl back up on that couch and watch a series or something. But I know I wasn't feeling good because I was sitting in that house. And oh my God, I woke up this morning full of pep, 8 hours on the CPAP machine. I only woke up once last night, and I just feel great. So I know this is exactly what I needed. Yeah. I'm going to sit here and have some water and a little snack, and then we're going to continue. And when I stop again, I'll bring you up some more on the update. So that's the update that's with me. So I'm just waiting. And I do have my mother has some things going on that aren't good. My husband's doing well, but we'll get all into that in a little bit. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing here. The yellow is the 1 mile track. Okay, so what I did is I got on the yellow trail and I went here onto the orange trail, and this is the shortcut. This red line is what I took, and then when I got done with that, I went over to the right, which I saw another trail called Sleepy Hollow. And let me tell you, if you're doing this trail, do it coming from this direction, because it was flat and then all uphill, and it like to have killed me. I was going to continue on here, but that was just a little much, and I know I would have to go all the way down around here, which isn't, if I didn't do this, I'd probably have enough strength. So what I did when I came out of here, I'm coming back down here. I'm going to take the red back and way I came and go down that way. That's still about 2 miles that I'll be walking. And you have to realize too, this is what I got to walk back up. I got to walk back up that. I think a lot of it's uphill on this end. So I don't know how it is over on this end, but next time when I come back, if I come back tomorrow, I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to keep going this way because they have something called the Gazebo Trail, and then they have a Grandfather View Trail, which is right there with it. So I'd like to go out there, but I know my limits. Once I get doing this on a regular basis, it won't be an issue, but I got to be careful. So I'm just kind of sitting here by the brook. This thing, let me get it back down here. Hang on a minute. Okay, it's a little brook here. Somebody's dog just keeps barking and barking and barking. It is nice. So I'm just going to take my time going back because I'm enjoying just being out here. Alrighty. So I will see you when I get out of this part. Hey everyone. It is actually 2 days, a day after the day you saw at the beginning of this video. I went home and I didn't end the video because, first of all, that was a heck of a walk back, and by the time I got back, I'm going to turn it this way, you can see the view behind me. By the time I got back, the sun's right there, I was pooped out, and I had phone calls from my mom from the doctor's diagnosis and all of that, which I will go into all that later. So I was busy with that all day. And then yesterday, after walking for 2 days, I could tell I needed to take a day off. So I did, and I just cleaned house and started a few art projects. But other than that, today is, I want to keep up with the dates here. Today is April 5th. It's Sunday. I am back at the state park. I'm at the gazebo. As you can see, the gazebo behind me. See, and I came in from the woods up over there because I was doing the long trail, but they have a cutoff so you can come to the gazebo. And then right over here is the grandfather view, which I haven't done that yet. I'm just taking a rest because it was kind of hilly. And it is beautiful up here. Simply gorgeous. And I'm here all by myself is even nicer. Very nice. Yeah, so I'm just hanging in there like everybody else and been busy, going stir crazy. I haven't seen a soul since I left my house, or I haven't seen a soul since I think I waved to the neighbor yesterday. That's probably the first soul I saw in a few days. But yeah, so I'm gonna sit up here and enjoy this, drink some water, eat a few of my little halos, and regenerate myself and head on back down. And I will, when we get to the grandfather view, I will definitely, hopefully it's a view. This is a beautiful view here. I can't imagine it, maybe it's more open up over there. We'll find out. But I'm just going to sit here right now and enjoy everything that's going. Talk to you soon. Well, the grandfather view was going down the side of that hill there. And I walked almost to the bottom, but I didn't see no trail, and I thought, I gotta walk back up that hill. So I walked back up the hill, and I'm going back the way I came. Not the way I came, I'm continuing the 2-mile hike. So when I get done with this orange trail, it'll be 2 miles, and the gazebo trail was a half a mile. So I probably walked probably about 3 miles today when I get finished. Whew. So I found another little spot to take a break. They have benches. There's a little bench over here in the middle of the woods here. You know, it's just beautiful in here. Yeah, so, yeah, let me give you some update on my mom. Let me get that out of the way because it's, oh, God, who knows. Beginning of February, she was getting very sick as far as nauseation going. And, I mean, bad nauseation. And, in the process, to her doctor, her main primary doctor was leaving the practice, and she had another one. She was 9 months pregnant. Didn't really care, I don't think. But that's what my mom got stuck with, and my mom couldn't call the office. They don't answer. My mom had to literally go to a walk-in clinic so a doctor can refill her prescriptions. So this is what we're dealing with in the beginning of February. Yes, the hospitals were packed and full, and it probably was the beginning of the coronavirus. And it is a miracle that my mom didn't contract it. If she contracted it, it didn't faze her, because she had no respiratory problems. She had other problems. But anyway, okay, get back to the story. So it got so bad she wasn't eating and all that other stuff, so we took her to the hospital. They did all her blood work. We thought maybe her magnesium was bad, potassium, whatever, and nothing. Everything was fine. They gave her something for nauseous, told her to go home, follow up with your primary. Well, like I say, you can't get a hold of the primary. And then a week later, we're right back into the same thing. This happened 5 times before they finally admitted her into the hospital. She went to the hospital 5 times, the emergency room, 5 times before they finally said, well, we have to deal with this. And they gave her a endoscopy, the one that goes down your throat, and a CAT scan while she was there, which is what they should have done in the beginning. But I understand they probably were dealing with the coronavirus. I would pretty much venture to say that's what was going on. Nobody knew it at the time. Well, the gastro doctor asked her, are you a diabetic? You're a diabetic. Are you a good diabetic or a bad diabetic? She goes, well, you know. He goes, no, you're either good or bad. She goes, well, I guess I'm bad. He goes, well, that's what's wrong with your stomach. He says, but we're going to do a thing, you know, And then a couple days before, because she was still in the hospital when they did it, a couple days before they were going to do it, he says, "You really want to have this done? Because we know it's probably your diabetes is causing your stuff." She goes, "Yes, I want it done, so I know." He goes, "Well, you just remember, you asked for it." Little asshole. Anyway, I'm trying to be really nice about some of this. And believe me, there is so many good doctors out there, but this particular one, no. And I understand they were overwhelmed, but it's not so much the hospital's fault as the new primary doctor's fault. Anyway, sure enough, she has ulcers in her esophagus and on her duodenal, her stomach, duodenal, I guess it's called, something like that. And full of ulcers. So he's like, well, and you know what? He didn't even come and see her. He was ashamed of himself. And gave her medicine, bland diet, sent her home with some nausea medicine. It's under control even to this day. So from that point, we got it. At least we know what was going on. Well, the bladder issue, because she was bleeding blood in her urine, is what was the problem was. And it's been there for probably a couple of months, but when you can't get a doctor to listen to you, you know, I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, so they found a mass in her bladder, and she went a couple weeks ago and they went in and they like scraped it out of her bladder. It's cancerous. In her bladder, you have a thin wall in a certain area. This is the way it was explained. And he was also afraid that he would perforate the bladder there, but that didn't happen when he was doing the thing. But they had to send her to Jacksonville, and that's where she's at a doctor. She went to a doctor Monday in Jacksonville to tell, and he told her what they did, another CAT scan and some blood work, and he says the CAT scan's going to tell us if it's in your muscle. If it's already in the muscle, then they're not going to take the bladder out because there's nothing they can do. If it's not in the muscle, they're going to take out the bladder and do a whole reconstruction thing there. And so we're still waiting on that. Then, while she was there through the CAT scan, they found a mass on her lung. So Wednesday, she goes back to Jacksonville to the Mayo Clinic, and they're going to do a biopsy. So I think right now at this point, we're just waiting for test results to come in to find out what is actually going to happen and be done. Yeah. Right now, to look at her, you wouldn't think nothing's wrong with her. She's feeling better than she has in a while, you know, and I said, well, at least you're feeling good right now, you know, at least, you know, you make the decision. Ben will be around. You make the decision when you got all the information. So we're just kind of waiting, and just, you know, it's what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, if she does have her bladder out, they already have the appointment scheduled for the 21st of April. So, and then she'll start radiation and chemo treatment if it goes that way. So we don't know what's happening, and I know how my mom is with nauseousness. That's what gets me the most, because that's what's gonna do her in. Maybe they have good stuff now that they can give her, like they did in the hospital for it, you know. So, but that's what's going on as far as that. My daughter and my grandbaby, Amaya, Papaya, I love her so much, is doing great. They're both doing great. She's still in school. Amaya's going to be a year old. God, in less than 3.5 weeks, she's going to be a year old. We don't know what we're going to be doing about her birthday because of all this going on. So we're just waiting to see what happens there, because I was going to head down there for that. So I'm not sure what's going on with that at this point in time. But yeah. So, you know, it's just everybody's got their woes and their problems, and you just have to deal with them. They get overwhelming to me sometimes too. I get so, you know, because I don't like things out of place, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn you around so I can show you and listen. lovely sound. And my husband went for his 3-month CAT scan, and he's got a good bill of health still, so that's good. You know, it's getting smaller. The whatever little mass they keep looking at keeps getting smaller, so they're just keeping an eye on it. Every 3 months he gets a CAT scan. Yeah, so everybody's doing good. You know, fairly, most people. Everybody I know hasn't. I don't think I know anybody that has the coronavirus, which I'm very fortunate. Well, I mean, that they know. I mean, we could all have it, not know it. You know, all of that goes, but you know what I'm saying. It is. I actually wore shorts today, got my white legs out, tank top. I had to put my hair up because when I walked last time, I was sweating so bad it was sticking to my face, and I was like, no, I can't do that. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and drink some water, and then I'm going to head on back to my rest of the trail. I'm almost done with it. I'm about a little over halfway done. Yeah. I've been out here a couple hours already. But it's beautiful out here. I love it out here. I could live here. I could build me a house right here. Because look there's a little creek right there. A little nice creek. I'm following the orange blaze right at this moment. Alrighty, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to give you a house tour here to add on to this video. This is the kitchen when you first walk in. Got a little area here for my outside stuff. Here's a mask I made. But I cut one side too much. So that's like an emergency one. The other one, I wash it when I come back. But anyway, that little shelf there is a project that I'm going to work on sanding and painting. I don't know if it's going to stay there or what. I don't know. And the washer and dryer. And the kitchen, which I just love my kitchen. And this table here probably will be going into my storage shed. And I want one half the size. And then I'm going to move this kitty corner. And that there might fit over here with my printer on it. So this is kind of where I've been sitting and computering and whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm making a thing for this, all my tea that's going to sit up here. I'll show you that when we get into the other room. And yeah, so there's some stuff, you know, it's not a very big house, so I'm not going to have a lot of room, but I have a storage shed, and I can switch things back and forth, you know. And here's the fireplace. There's my grandbaby's Easter basket that I'll take down when I go to Florida at the end of the month. Some bookshelves there that my husband's going to put up when he comes up in a couple of weeks. Some of those books are mine, not all of them. I swear I have a book addiction, but 90% of those that are in that pile there are for junk journaling. I can probably sell for junk journaling, or for the pictures in it, because some of them are just beautiful pictures, you know. And plus I found a Bible, never been used, a big family Bible, which I probably won't sell that. But so when I cleaned out the other room here, I just said just put all the books there and I'll go through that later. And here's my living room. This is another project that I will be painting over the summer. I want to get rid of that love seat. I don't really care for it. And yeah, that's bedding for my husband's coming up in a couple of weeks, and that's his bedding. There's no way we both can sleep in that bed together. He kicks me. I can't sleep with him because he kicks and he's snorting, and we haven't slept in the same bed probably for a long time. But yeah, and my TV and stuff. But I was thinking maybe get like a lounge, a Chase lounge, and a recliner. You know, I was kind of thinking. I have an air conditioner down in the basement there. We're going to put in that window there when he comes up. And yeah, you know, it's just somebody's car alarm. Yeah. And this is the screen. There wasn't a screen to this, so I've been using magnets, but I got to get some more magnets. And it comes right off. It doesn't stay on there. It's just, I might have to use little pieces of Velcro. It might work better. But it doesn't hurt the door or anything. You know, I can pull it right off. Alright. Alrighty, and here's the bedroom. I've changed my bedroom around again. This is probably the third time. But I think this is the way I'm going to keep it. I kind of like it this way. I like the opening from this way instead of having it the other way. What was that? I don't know. But yeah, so I put, I have my little meditation areas over here with my crystals and things like that. And my Gemini sign. And my dresser, which has stuff that's needs to go somewhere. And the bathroom, which I think my bathroom is just so cute. You know, I found this and I've been hanging jewelry on it. Some of my jewelry that I have and my crystals and stuff. But I noticed I had quite a few. So I'm looking for something that will go over the door in my closet. I seen something online. It was $80. And I thought I could find it cheaper or something, you know, but I have been looking everywhere and I may have to just bite the bullet. And then I did the same thing in the bathroom here. Yeah, the magnet doesn't really stick all that great, but maybe I need to get a stronger strength. I don't really know. But this is good for now. Because once it starts getting really hot, because when it hits 80 degrees in this house, I close all the blinds and turn the air on in the kitchen and have the fans going, and it's perfect. It's been 85 outside, and it wouldn't be bad in here at all. So I know with another air conditioner in that one there, I will have no problem, because I refuse to be hot. Okay, now this is the room everybody's royal. Oh my God. But I have all my craft stuff here, and my kitchen stuff is over here, and this is all eBay stuff. eBay craft stuff. My little thing there, the jewelry section's over there. It is well organized, but I have a lot I will explain here in a minute. But this is the box I was talking about for my tea. I have probably painted 5 or 6 different colors, layers. This is the last coat. This is going to be the finishing color. And then I'm going to sand it so some of the other colors will come through. And I got to take fingernail polish remover with a Q-tip and try not to get it too bad on these parts. But, oh God, I didn't mean to do that either. I didn't want to do that to my table. Shit. Oh, sorry. I have to get that off of there somehow. That'll come off. I meant to get a drop cloth when I was at the store, and I keep forgetting, and it was like, well, I'm going for it. But, yeah, let me show you inside. Here, hang on one sec. Okay, the inside I'm doing with some scrapbook paper. And I'm going to cut the same pattern for the sides here, and then this here for the bottom, and then this right here, this pattern here, is going to go all the way around. Yeah, and that's when I'm going to put my tea in, and it's going to go out there, so I have all my tea in one little box. I've been working like crazy on this. I've got a couple different, I got like a bluish green, there's a blue, there's a red, there's some off-white in there. So it's gonna, the red, I thought the red was a good idea. Hopefully some of the red will come through. And I gotta clean all these things here. I'm still painting this. See, this wasn't last color white that I put on. And now this is what the finishing color is gonna be, ivory. So, yeah. So that's what I've been kind of working on. And I have been taking some pictures. I'm just not putting stuff on eBay right now because I have some stuff going on with my mom, and I don't want to, which I'm going to tell y'all, update you on that. And I just didn't want to start something and have more anxiety going on with me because I'm not here to ship stuff, it's just, so, but I'm working on it. Now out here, I got a little patio. Let me show you. I'm just started this. It's so beautiful outside. I love it. But I put my little camper rug down. I'm going to try to find a smaller table just so the grill fits on it, because I have 2 zero chairs coming, which my husband will take one home. Zero gravity lounge chairs. And I also have like a picnic table that turns into a bench, a single bench or a single table. I'll have to show you. I got 2 of them that makes a whole picnic table. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. When I get it, I will show it to you. I planted some herbs and some mint. I was going to do some tomato plants, but like I say, I don't know if I might be gone at the end of the month for a couple of weeks. But I'll get you all updated on that right now, but in a minute. Yeah, so I'm just kind of got a nice little spot out here. if I got to be homebound, I couldn't be in a better place. Yeah, so I'm just kind of... So that's the tour of the house. Nothing... I don't remember when the last tour I gave you, so I don't know what has changed from the first time. Because let me tell you something, since I've been here, I've been changing things back and forth. This here is a rolling cart that's going to go in between the refrigerator and put all them sodas and stuff on it. It's actually soda water is what it mainly is. And there's some Dr. Pepper there. Somehow I've accumulated some from down there and up here, and so I've got tons of it. I've got plenty of it. Oh, I meant to turn the fan back on, but I want the light off. Yeah, in this area, I put up these curtains. They're blackout curtains, and they're insulated, so it keeps a lot of the heat out. And I put that on there. It does. And I do have a curtain for this. Trying to put it up with magnets wasn't working, so I got to get some Velcro. And I got one for the front door, which you don't need it all the time. It's in the late afternoon. The sun heats up in here, but it's not bad. That's why I usually keep that one closed. But yeah, so that's my little house, and yeah,